Alright everyone, a little bit of a garden update here. Here's 5 piles of improved soil for pumpkins. Already watered them in, already planted them. It's all good. What I did was I put 3 big double handfuls of sphagnum moss and half a bag of cow poo in each of these and tilled it in to about a foot. So those piles are really good, and provisional enclosure of the fence is literally just the fence itself, sort of wrapped around. That'll be changed, obviously. I've planted everything today. In this row in front here, you can see where it's watered, of course, cucumbers, and then 2 rows of beans. By the way, one of my subscribers sent me some red bush beans. Those 2 middle rows there are red bush beans. Those will be nice. On the ends, there are morning glory plants, 4 per stake. You know, 1 or 2 will come up. And then in the back, another extra row of spinach, actually. Here, the carrots, which were already in there. Those have sprouted, but they're kind of too small for you to see. There are 3 bits of morning glory here, and also another pumpkin pile. I wanted one inside of the garden to be sort of my pumpkin, specifically. The beets on the sides here, and then 5 little mounds areas, which will be zucchini, actually. Those will be culled down to 1 plant apiece, and then those will be nice. In both of these beds, there are 3 rows of corn and beans, yellow bantam corn and regular bush beans, you know, the smaller kind. And on here will be culled down as well, 2 yellow squash per area. Actually, these ones are the zucchini. Those other 5 are the yellow squash, sorry. This is the greens bed. 5 rows of Swiss chard, which have already been planted and sprouted. A row of cabbage. I'll call that down to like 6 or 7 cabbage plants, and then more spinach. And then in here, an extra row of carrots, and then there will be 7 cherry tomato plants on the end there. Again, each one will have its own area. In here, I put a mix of about half a bag of cow poo with a little bit of mulch and native soil, and also some sphagnum moss for more morning glories, just some flowers, and then a couple more morning glory areas here with these stakes. And then, of course, there are always the perennials in here. I know it looks a little bit dry. That's because it's been sunny and warm for 2 days. Same with this bed here. That doesn't matter though. Those are perennials, so those will be fine. And then these perennials in here between the morning glories and stuff, I'm going to cut down on those. I want one of those little pink bushes on the end. And the chamomile, wherever it is, can stay. And then the poppy, everything else will be removed. And what I did here, actually, is there's 1 sunflower plant that I allowed to survive. I just want 1. That's all I need. There are too many sunflowers coming up in this bed. There are about 30 of them. That's way too many. And you can see in amongst the beets there are a few chamomile plants here. I'm going to do something about those as well. And then there are the chamomile plants on the end of each bed. Those are stay because I planted those there specifically. Everything else is literally perfect. It's just, everything is literally exactly as it should be, exactly as I wanted it to be. So at last I have sort of the perfect garden setup that I've always wanted. I finally have the money to invest in it. And you see, there's still about 1/3 of a bale of sphagnum moss in here. I put the other bags in there. This is the kind that I'm using. And everything will be, after 3 days of solid rain, everything will be sprouting. There's going to be corn, beans, literally everything. It's going to smell so good out here, especially with that new fence set up, 4-foot fence, you know, nice and straight. It just looks good. It smells good. It feels good. It's going to be wonderful. And then, of course, the peach tree is flowering. There will be peaches this year. And I'm kind of talking up a little bit right now because you can hear that fucking lawnmower in the background. The neighbors all mow at the same time. One of them gets it in their mind to mow. Everyone else thinks they need to do it. You can see there's still some mustard plants actually in here from last year. I'll leave a couple of them. I want to cut down on it. Just have like, if they're just in one bed, that's fine. Anything beyond that is just you know, a problem. Still like little pieces of tomato and shit in here. But you can see that chamomile in the middle of the beet area. But thankfully, I'll only have to remove 1 beet for it to grow. I'm going to leave it there. That's about all. Peace out.